Hi, everyone. My name is Barbara. I am a business analyst, and I am very excited to be here today to share with you what's new in projects for Odoo 19. Before we start the presentation, there is a QR code on the screen. Please scan the QR code. If you have questions, we will be solving some of this at the end of my presentation during the Q&A session. I will wait for you. OK. So I'm a business analyst. As a business analyst, I spent most of my day working within Odoo projects. This is why whenever a new version comes out, I always think, how can this help my job, make it more easy and more efficient? And that's what I want to show you today. Instead of just listing features, I will be showing how I will actually use them in my daily work. So what's new in Odoo projects? The first feature that I want to share is project templates. Project templates is my favorite feature because it allows you to pre-configure some settings so that when you create a new project, it can already be created with everything configured in advance. This is a huge time saver, and it can avoid some errors. We are also introducing project roles. Project roles allows you to assign already into your project template some roles that will be taking care of each task, so that when you create the project, Odoo can dispatch all of these tasks automatically. We have also automatic scheduling based on the template. So when you create a new project based on this template, Odoo will automatically set the beginning and end date of your tasks. How does it work? The scheduling based on project template works with the scheduling algorithm. So basically, it will calculate the delta between the project template start date and the task template start date. And then it will use this delta to compute the task start date of the new project. The end date of the task will be calculated based on the scheduling algorithm, which is the same algorithm used for the auto-plan feature in projects. For the ones that do not know this feature, it's a feature that allows you to plan your tasks based on the allocated hours of the task, the assignee working schedule, the assignee availability, so if he's busy with another tasks, their time off, the task dependencies, and it also considers the public holidays. And talking about autoplan feature, since version 19, the autoplan feature also works with flexible working calendars. So if you have employees with flexible schedules, it will work as well. Let's see it in a database then. For that, we're going to think about the use case of we have a new customer, and we need to create a new project for this customer. I'm going to jump into the project application, and from here, I can create a new project. As you can see, as soon as I click on the new button, I have the option to select a template. I have already pre-configured a template in advance, so all of my settings are already done, and this template also has tasks inside. When I select the template, I just have to give it a name. So in my case, I'm going to give it the name of my customer, and I will select the customer here. And I will also select the planned dates of my project. The project starts today, and it will last for 2 months. Up. Nice. Then I can assign the roles. For this project, we need 3 roles to fulfill all of the tasks. First is the project manager. The project manager takes care of tasks like planning the tasks or the budgeting of the project. In this case, I'm going to select Andre. Then I can choose a business analyst. The business analyst, in this case, will be taking care of general configurations and trainings of the end users. For this, I have decided to select Lucas because he has some experience in the industry, so he will be great for this project. And finally, we have to choose a developer. In this case, we need a developer for the implementation because we need to migrate a lot of data, and for that, we need a migration script. And I'm going to choose Tatiana. OK, as you can see, as soon as I create the project, I already have all of my tasks created. They all come from my template, and this saves me a lot of time when I'm kicking off the project, because all of my projects respect the same initiation tasks. As you can see as well, they are all planned based on the scheduling algorithm. We have the allocated time that's already set, and we have them all assigned to the right users because they were automatically dispatched by Odoo based on their roles. If I go within a task, you'll see that also the description, for example, is copied, also the subtasks, and if there are dependencies between the tasks, it's also there. OK. So what else is new in Odoo projects? Besides this, we also have a new action in the top bar for the milestones. We have Gantt view improvements, task rescheduling improvements, and portal view improvements. But let me show you in the database. For the ones that do not know the top bar, this is a feature that we introduced last year, and it allows you to browse all project-related records from one place. So here, I can activate the top bar from this toggle. And as you can see here, you can select which records you want to browse. In my case, I will activate the milestones, and this is the new action that is available since version 19. And if I activate it, you'll see that there are 2 milestones that are already created in this project, and they both come from my template. So here, I only need to give them a deadline. So the kickoff should be over by next week, and then the go live will happen next month. If I go back to the tasks, then I can activate the Gantt view so that I can show you some of the improvements here. OK, so some of the improvements of the Gantt view, they include that now we have a quarter schedule. Also, here, if you click on a task, you see that the Gantt view popover was replaced by a Kanban card. And this is quite nice because it's more legible, but also it's functional. So you can actually edit if you want. And you have 2 buttons, one to unschedule the task and another one to edit it. So it will open the form view of the task. Other improvements are that now the weekends are folded, so they occupy less space in the Gantt view. And I will show you as well how these dependencies have been improved. So now we have 3 ways to reschedule the dependencies. The first one that I want to show you is the keeping buffer. So if you already planned your tasks in a certain way and you want the buffer to be respected, so when a task is replanned, then the buffer should be maintained, then you can use this feature. This way, when you move one task to the future, like so, the buffer between the both tasks will be maintained. I will just quickly undo so that I can show you the other options. I can also choose the option to use buffer. So this way, if I move one task into the future, the buffer will be consumed when rescheduling the next task. So here, I will move it up. And here you can see that the buffer is actually consumed because it's not needed in this case. And finally, you have the option to reschedule manually. In this case, if I move one task into the future, the blocked by tasks will not be rescheduled. But of course, Odoo will flag the conflict with an orange arrow or a red arrow. OK. We also have portal view improvements, and I can show it if I go to my project from here, and I will go into the settings. Here you have different settings that you can change the visibility of the project. So here there used to be only 3 visibility options. Now we have introduced a 4th one. Before, only portal users could be invited into public projects, but now you have the option to invite portal users into private projects as well. So as you can see, if I select the option of internal and portal users, here, who will have access to the project? The project administrators, so administrators of the project app. Also, the internal users that are followers of this project. And finally, I have the option to invite collaborators on the portal. I just need to click on this button. And here, as you can see, the customer has access, reading access by default, but I can change it to a different access mode as well. I will change it to an edit one for the sake of this demo, so that I can show you what does the customer look like from the portal. Now we have this nice preview button so that you can access to what's the portal view for our customers. And if I click there, you see that they actually have access to this very nice Kanban view, and they can edit the project. For example, they can move tasks to another stage. They can also go into a task and change the description of the task. They can look at timesheets, subtasks, blocked by tasks. But also, something new that they have in version 19 is the access to a Gantt view. This view, as you know, is the best one to show the planned tasks. So I think it's quite useful and super convenient for the customers to have this overview as well. Okay. So, what else is new in projects? Now we have task templates. Task templates allows you to pre-configure settings on your task templates, and then when you create a task, then all those settings will be copied. As well, you can use them on your product configuration so that when you sell a service, the task will be created automatically based on a task template. We also have priority levels in tasks. If you recall, before we used to have only 1 star to prioritize tasks, but now we have 3 different tasks so that you can have more levels of prioritization. You have the new subtasks toggle to see the subtasks of your projects. And finally, you have the option to mass create timesheets. OK. So for this, we're going to see a different use case, which is we have an employee onboarding. So a new employee comes to the company. In Odoo, what we do is we have a project for our onboardings, and each employee will have a task inside of this project. So now I have created a new task template so that this is much faster. I can just create a task selecting this template. And here, you just have to give the name of the employee. So for example, I'm going to select Barbara. So let's imagine that the onboarding is for myself, and I'm going to assign myself. As you can see, the task was created, and it already has the description and all of the subtasks, and also the allocated time there. Now, I'm going to go into the subtasks, and I'm going to also assign the subtasks to me. I can do it super quickly like this, mass editing. Up. And I'm going to go back to the project to show you that if you want to have a big overview of just the main tasks of the project, of all the employees, you can see them like this. But if you want to have a more detailed overview, you can activate the subtasks, and this way you will see also the subtasks of all of the tasks within the same project. Also, if you are following your own onboarding, then you can filter on My Tasks, so that you can see only your own subtasks, only your own tasks, sorry. And you can move them around. Thanks to the 3 stars, I can quickly start working on the ones that are the highest priority. And then once something is done, I can continue with the next, which is super convenient. OK. The next thing I want to show you is how now it's way easier to create timesheets, to mass create timesheets. So I'm going to go to the timesheet app, and I'm going to create my timesheet for this month. As I'm being onboarded, I just need to add 8 hours every day for my onboarding task. So here I can select a whole period from the calendar view, and I can click on Add. Here I can choose my project and my task. And I can add the time spent and the description. As you can see, I created all of these timesheets in just a couple of seconds. And if I made a mistake, like for example, in this case, I accidentally timesheeted for some days in October as well, I can easily select them and delete the lines that were created by mistake. So this is super convenient as well. OK. So other cool features that are new in Odoo 19 include, we have also some improvements in the project's Gantt view. We have now clickable reports, and we have color codes in the all timesheet menu. So I'm going to show you the all timesheets menu because I'm already in the timesheets app. And as you can see here, well, we have color codes to see if an employee has worked exactly the amount of hours of their contract, more of the hours expected by their contract, or less than the hours that were expected. And you can see it also within the days. This is super convenient if you're a manager in order to find errors or inconsistencies in the timesheets of your employees. For the reporting in projects, if we go to the task analysis report, you'll see that now when you click on a part of the report, you will be able to see more details about the records that were counted in that report. And finally, about the Gantt view improvements in the project app, I can go back into the project application, and I will show you the Gantt view. So basically, here, what I'm looking at, just to make it clear, these are projects, not tasks, because sometimes there are confusions. This we are looking at projects, and here we also have a Gantt view. And as you can see in version 19, we can also see the occupancy of our project managers from the Gantt view, which is convenient. It's calculated based on what they are supposed to have worked for this period based on their contract and considering their time off and the public holidays, and also how many hours they have assigned in their current projects. Also, if you click on a project, you'll see that the Gantt view popover was also replaced by this Kanban card, and here you have the option to either view the tasks or edit the project settings. Okay, so today we have seen a lot of new features for projects in Odoo 19. We have seen project templates, task templates, Gantt view improvements, portal view improvements, and so much more. I'm very excited about this new version, and I cannot wait to use them in my daily work. I hope that you're very excited as well, and I cannot wait to hear your feedback for these new features. After my talk, right here in the same stage, there are going to come some other related talks. So if you're interested to learn more about project profitability, project budgeting, project planning, or using projects in your pre-sales flow, do not hesitate to stay right here because you will have very cool talks. You can take a picture if you want of the planning, if you're interested. Okay, then we can move to the Q&A session.
Thank you for your presentation.
Thank you.
All right, we have quite a few questions. Is it possible to block the phase move for a task?
Can I read?
Yes.
The phase move.
Yes. Can we block the phase move for a task?
If you want to avoid the other dependent tasks to be rescheduled when you move the blocking task, you can choose the manual rescheduling option.
Okay.
In case that's your question. Otherwise, you can come to the booth and we can answer it.
Is it possible to link the project planning with the calendar of an employee directly in the Kanban view so we know if he or she is available or not?
No, at this moment it's not possible to synchronize the calendar of your employees with the Gantt view of your projects. The only workaround is if your employee has other meetings, you can create activities for those meetings and then you can display those.
Is it possible to mass add timesheets for multiple employees on a task?
I don't know, actually. Well, you can do it with imports for sure, for multiple employees at the time. Maybe we can check together. No, actually, it's not possible at the moment.
Okay.
No, yes, actually, sorry. You can select which employees from here, and you can mass create the timesheets, indeed. Always from the calendar view, and in this case, in the all timesheets menu.
Someone asks if there is a training for this?
At training, not yet. There's definitely going to be videos in the e-learning platform. So if you go to odoo.com/slides, there are going to be videos. They're not available yet, of course, but the marketing team is always working in upgrading them whenever a new version comes out.
Is there a way to link the project template and the auto assignation?
They're already linked by default. When you use a template to create a project, like I did before, then Odoo will auto-schedule all of the tasks automatically, auto-plan all of the tasks, and auto-assign based on the roles. So basically, on the tasks of the template, you have to assign to different roles, and then you can choose when you're using the template who's going to fulfill which role.
Is it okay to use a project template for planning an ETO manufacturing process?
I'm not sure if I understand your question, but you can definitely come to the product booth of the services, and then we can answer it there in more detail.
Can you connect the project task with the MPS?
I don't think so, no.
Can you show, I assume, the +1 month in calendar again? And does this work in all calendars in Odoo?
Yes, actually. So here, when you are adding a deadline or any date anywhere, you can just click on plus, and you can use, I think, +1 day, +1 week, or +1 month, or 2 months, for example, and Odoo will calculate the deadline for you.
Is it possible to print a Gantt view or export it in PDF?
Yes, it is possible. So if I go to the Gantt view, you can actually Ctrl-P if you want to print it.
Okay, very clear. Is it possible to sync the sales and projects app so that when creating a sales order with project, like tasks, to create a project?
Yes, so when you're creating a product, it has to be of the type service. And, sorry. And here you can select the option create on order if you want this to create a project and a task, a project, or just a task once the sales order is confirmed.
In Jira, all tasks have distinct IDs like ABC1234. Those IDs are automatically identified and linked throughout Atlassian apps like Confluence, which then links them back to the ticket without the need to manually link. Is this also possible in Odoo?
Well, tasks also have a unique identifier in Odoo projects, but I'm not sure about the rest of your question. Maybe we can see it in more detail in the booth.
When creating a task out of a task template, can these tasks also be in different phases or stages, or do they have to be in the same project/phase?
They have to be in the same project, but for the phase, maybe we can already configure it in the template. And by the way, this way I can show you also how to edit your templates. Basically, when you convert a task into a template, it will be stored here. So if you want to find it again, you can just filter by templates. And here I'm going to hide the subtasks here. And the question was if we can add it in a different phase. So in this case, if we create a task, it is store. So yes, indeed, you can have different stages already stored in your task templates.
Can a portal access rights also be changed on a task? So for example, so can a customer see all tasks, view only, but only edit the ones that he's allowed to edit?
Yes. So if I go back to my project, here, when I share the project with my collaborators, you can choose between 3 access modes. I gave my customer the edit access mode, but you can also choose edit with limited access. And in this case, they will only be able to see and edit the tasks where they are followers.
Can external project members open tickets for testing and reporting bugs?
Next project. For Odoo, like if you find a bug in Odoo, you can submit it in support. Odoo.com/help.
Can we set cost per hour on the project role?
Cost per hour on the project role? No, you can set a specific cost directly on the employee. So if you go to the employee, you can set a cost there.
Okay. Sorry, we're done. They can meet you in a booth?
Yeah, definitely. So we run out of time, but you can come to the booth to continue answering some of the questions. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Enjoy your rest of your afternoon.